know.
You are a really healthy guy. Are you still vegan?
I'm not 100% vegan. I eat eggs. And I do weird stuff. Like I eat a little bit of fish from time to time, but I try not to. Just like, but when I train for fights, I'm pretty much on an all raw vegan diet.
Eat your vegetables.
And then what happens was I fight. I cut meat out for about a month. I'd take the fight. I fight. I come home and I eat some meat. Like, all right, it's time to, and then it would really mess me up because my body was not used to it. Like, it wasn't like something like, oh, I hate meat, you know, or anything like that. It was like, I'm gonna cut it out for this competition, and then when I put it back on, my body was already used to not having it in there, so it didn't sit well with me. And then as I went, it happened with the dairy, the cheese and the stuff, and then I cut that out. I think if it's gonna make me feel like that, I don't even need this in my life, so I don't crave for it or nothing. I haven't since I was 18 years old.
What made you get so health conscious? Like, was that something you were always interested in, or did you one day feel like,
well,
hey,
my
I
brother
need to pay
actually
attention?
has been big into, he's a vegan, and he put me on the whole thing. Like, a lot of the times I stopped eating meat when I was 17, 16 to compete in jiu-jitsu and kickboxing matches and boxing matches. And I would knock it off because the fights or the matches were coming up, and I had to make weight. And my brother was like, I don't eat that because it makes me heavy and it makes me feel like crap. So I don't do. I'm like, wow, well, you're not getting beat up and you're not doing
Yeah.
that. So I'm like, when you guys sign up for a fight or a competition involved in any type of martial art, you're like, wow, the nerves come up, you're like, I'll do anything to not lose these things. I don't want to get beat up in front of nobody,
Right?
you know,
Yeah.
and it's gonna hurt. So what do? I'm gonna follow the leader. This guy he does pretty good. So if he don't eat meat, I don't eat meat, you know. If he runs out on a 5 mile run, I'm running on a 5 mile run. So I kind of follow the leader.